Rivals Radio.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Lots to talk about today,
Definitely.
especially with free agency kicking off in the Football Rivals Pro League.
Oh, yeah. It's been crazy.
It's been wild.
Yeah.
New GMs making their mark. And that means, you know what that means?
What's that?
Trades.
Oh, yeah. It's like musical chairs out there.
It really is.
With all these new GMs,
Yeah.
coming in, switching up schemes.
Right.
Players on the move.
Absolutely. And the team we're diving into today is right in the thick of it.
Okay, who's that?
The Buffalo Brawlers. And their new GM, Doug Baxter.
Yeah.
He is not wasting any time.
No, he is not. He's putting his stamp on this franchise.
He really is.
What I think is so fascinating about this
Yeah,
is that Baxter comes to the Brawlers
Mhm.
with a championship pedigree.
he does.
He led the Fargo Flyers
Yes.
to back-to-back American Cup wins
Oh.
in the NAFL before it folded.
Yeah.
And now he's back in his hometown.
It really is a homecoming story.
It is. It suggests a willingness to take risks.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're seeing in his approach to free agency.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to make bold moves.
Yeah.
And the blockbuster trade with the Austin Strangers for DeAndre Flowers is a prime example.
It's the talk of the league right now. Let's unpack that trade.
Okay.
So the Brawlers sent their star wide receiver, DeAndre Flowers, to Austin for a pretty significant haul of draft picks.
They did. It was a big move.
It was huge.
So the Brawlers got Austin's second-round pick this year,
Okay.
which is a number 34 overall,
Wow.
a future second-round pick,
Okay.
and a future fourth-rounder.
So that gives them 3 picks in the first 2 rounds of this year's draft. Wow. So what is Baxter's CEO style of management, as some have called it? Tell us about this move. Is this a sign that he's prioritizing building through the draft rather than, relying on established stars?
I think it's a strong indication of a long-term strategy.
Okay.
By trading away a star player like Flowers,
Right.
he's clearly signaling that he's willing to sacrifice some immediate firepower
Okay.
for the chance to build a sustainable contender.
It's a gamble.
It is.
Trading a known commodity for the potential of future talent always is.
Absolutely.
But if those draft picks pan out,
Yeah.
the Brawlers could be set up for success for years to come.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And this move also frees up salary cap space,
That's right.
which could allow Baxter to target other key positions in free agency,
Right.
or even make a play for a big-name free agent next year.
Okay, so we've established that Baxter is making big moves and thinking long term.
Yes.
But the Brawlers aren't playing in a vacuum.
Right.
They're in the Apex East division, arguably the toughest in the league.
It is a tough division.
Can this strategy really work against such fierce competition?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
The Apex East is a gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
You got the Orlando Sharks, who are known for their high-flying offense.
Right.
The Toronto Blizzard, their suffocating defense.
Yeah.
And the Virginia Beach Bombers, who are always a tough, disciplined opponent.
It's a division full of unique team identities.
It is.
And the Brawlers are going to have their work cut out for them
Oh,
if they want to come out on top. So let's dive into some of the other moves Baxter has made.
Okay.
See if he's addressing those challenges.
Sounds good.
He certainly hasn't been shy about making deals.
No, he has not.
In addition to the Flowers trade, he's brought in veteran quarterback Leon Colvin
Okay.
from the Canton Crush.
Interesting.
Now, some might see this as a curious move,
Oh, why is that?
considering they already have Andrew Frost,
Oh, yeah, last year's.
last year's 0-year Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl MVP. That's right.
But I think it's a smart play.
I think it could be a brilliant move.
Yeah,
Frost is young,
he is.
and having a seasoned veteran like Colvin to mentor him
Yeah,
could be invaluable.
Yeah.
It's like having an extra coach on the field.
absolutely. And it also provides some much-needed insurance
True.
in case Frost gets injured.
Yeah, you never know.
It's a move that shows Baxter is thinking about both the present and the future.
I like it. And it's not just about quarterback depth. Baxter also made a move to bolster the Brawlers' defense,
Okay.
which, as you know, is crucial
Right.
in a division as tough as the Apex East.
Yeah, for sure.
He traded for young linebacker Jacuz Bradham
Okay.
from the Memphis Mojo.
Interesting. So tell me, what does Bradham bring to the table?
Oh,
How does he fit into the Brawlers' defensive scheme?
the Brawlers primarily run a 3-4 defense,
Okay.
which means they typically use 3 down linemen
Okay.
and 4 linebackers.
Gotcha.
This scheme is often favored by teams that want to create confusion for the offense and generate pressure from different angles.
Okay, so for those of us who aren't, football experts,
Sure.
What does that mean in practical terms?
Yeah.
Why is the 3-4 defense so effective?
Think of it this way. The offense is never quite sure where the pass rush is coming from.
Okay.
It could be from the defensive linemen,
Right.
the linebackers,
Oh,
or even a safety blitzing from the secondary.
gotcha.
This unpredictability can disrupt the quarterback's timing
Mm-hmm.
and make it harder for him to find open receivers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how does Bradham fit into all of this?
Bradham is known for his speed
Okay.
and athleticism. He's a sideline-to-sideline linebacker
Okay.
who can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Adding him to the Brawlers 3-4 scheme could give them a real boost in terms of their ability to defend against both the run and the pass.
So it sounds like Baxter's trying to build a defense
Yeah.
that's fast, aggressive, and versatile.
Yes.
Is that a good strategy for competing in the Apex East?
It's certainly a viable approach.
Okay.
Remember, the Apex East is a division with a lot of offensive firepower.
Right.
To compete in this division, you need a defense that can adapt
Right.
to different styles of play.
So flexibility is key.
It is.
You can't just be good at stopping the run
Right.
or defending the pass. You need to be able to do both effectively.
You got it.
Okay.
And it seems like Baxter is trying to build a defense that can dictate the terms of engagement,
Okay.
rather than simply reacting to what the offense does.
That's a great point. It's not just about stopping the other team.
Right.
It's about imposing your will on them.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another interesting trade that Baxter made.
Okay, what's that?
He acquired offensive lineman Nick Pierce
Okay.
from the Anchorage Ice Pack.
Now, Pierce isn't a flashy name.
Right.
Like DeAndre Flowers.
He's not.
But I've heard he's a solid, reliable player.
He is indeed.
Good.
Pierce is a versatile lineman who can play both guard and tackle.
Wow.
This kind of flexibility is valuable
Yeah?
because it allows the Brawlers to plug him in wherever they need him on the offensive line.
So he's like a Swiss Army knife
Exactly.
of offensive linemen.
He is.
That's awesome.
And remember, the offensive line is often overlooked,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely crucial to a team's success.
For sure.
They protect the quarterback,
Right.
open up running lanes,
Uh-huh.
and set the tone for the entire offense.
It's like the foundation of a house.
It is.
You can't build anything strong without a solid base.
Exactly. And it seems like Baxter recognizes the importance of having a strong offensive line.
Yeah.
By acquiring Pierce, he's not only adding depth,
Right.
but also creating competition for starting spots,
Yeah.
which can only make the team better.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about the players who were already on the Brawlers roster
Okay,
before Baxter arrived.
sure.
Are there any existing stars who could play a key role in his rebuilding effort?
Well, even after trading Flowers, the Brawlers still have some offensive weapons.
Okay, like who?
The most notable is Andrew Frost.
Oh yeah, the young quarterback.
Yes.
Who led them to a Super Bowl victory in the 0 year.
That's right.
Yeah, he's a dynamic player with a lot of potential.
He is.
What makes Frost so special?
He's got a unique combination of skills.
Okay, like what?
He's got a strong arm,
Okay.
he's accurate,
Yeah.
and he's surprisingly mobile for his size.
Wow.
But what really sets him apart
Yeah.
is his poise and his ability to make plays under pressure.
So he's got the talent and the temperament to be a franchise quarterback.
He does.
But even the best quarterbacks
Yes,
need reliable targets.
they do.
Who's going to step up and fill the void left by DeAndre Flowers?
Well, they still have Terrence Andrews,
Okay.
a wide receiver who was in the running for Offensive Player of the Year in the 0 year.
Wow.
He finished in the top 3 for both receptions and touchdowns.
Okay, so he's a reliable target
He is.
for Frost.
Yes. They also have Ronnie Leak at running back,
Oh, yeah.
who led the league in rushing yards last year.
It sounds like they have the pieces in place for a balanced offense.
They do.
But even with Frost, Andrews, and League,
Yeah,
losing a player of Flowers' caliber is going to be tough to overcome.
it is.
Do you think Baxter has done enough to compensate for that loss?
That's a difficult question to answer at this point.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell how these new acquisitions will gel with the existing players.
Right.
And how the team will perform as a unit.
It's going to be an interesting season for the Brawlers, that's for sure.
It is.
Baxter has made some bold moves,
He has.
and it remains to be seen whether his strategy will pay off.
It does. One thing is certain, though.
What's that?
He's put the Brawlers on the map.
He has.
They're a team to watch.
They are.
And their performance this season
Yeah.
will tell us a lot about Baxter's ability to build a contender.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Let's take a step back
Okay.
and think about the bigger picture.
Right.
The Football Rivals Pro League is brand new,
It is.
and this first-year free agency has been a whirlwind of activity.
Oh, it's been fascinating to watch.
It has.
We're seeing a lot of different approaches to team building.
Yeah.
From GMs who are going all in on established stars,
Right.
to those who are prioritizing the draft and building for the future.
It's like a giant experiment,
It is.
and we're all witnessing the results in real time.
Exactly. And it's not just about the GMs.
Right.
Remember, this is a fan-driven league.
It is.
You, the listeners, have a voice
You do.
in how this league evolves.
That's what makes the Football Rivals universe so unique.
It is.
It's not just about watching the games.
Right.
It's about being a part of something bigger.
Absolutely.
It's about shaping the future of this league,
Yes.
alongside the players, coaches, and GMs.
It's an interactive experience that blurs the lines
Yep.
between spectator and participant.
So much can change between now and the end of the season.
Absolutely. This league is a dynamic, evolving entity,
It is.
and we're all along for the ride.
We are. So, to our listeners out there, we want to hear from you.
You do.
What do you think of Doug Baxter's moves so far?
Let us know.
Do you think he's setting the Brawlers up for success?
Right.
Or his gamble's too risky?
Jump into the comments, hit us up on social media. Let's keep this conversation going.
Yeah. Because ultimately, this is your league.
It is.
Your voices matter, so make sure you're heard.
Well, folks, that just about wraps up our deep dive into the Buffalo Brawlers.
It's been a fascinating journey,
It has.
and we're just getting started.
Remember, this league is full of surprises.
It is.
And anything can happen.
Stay tuned. Keep those notifications on, and join us next time
We'll be here.
as we continue to explore the ever-expanding universe of Football Rivals.
Until then, keep those rivalries fierce, those debates passionate, and that love for the game burning bright.
It's Rivals Radio.